Impressive. You see there, just tight lines, creating the England batters to take risk. Not a huge turner of the ball, but it just hits the stumps relentlessly.
Excellent changes of pace with a off spin, whether off or around the wicket.
And that one in particular, that was built from 4 or 5 dots on Freya Kemp, and you could almost feel like a big shot was brewing. She's been hugely impressive.
Anchor, as far as England's other
the exact same way repeatedly, but I just think there's just a lack of precision and clinical about England at the minute. You know, that you see there, it's short and wide and you just throwing your hands at it, and it's almost like it's just that real focus and being clinical and precise in the moment. You know, credit has to go to Sri Lanka. They've kept the stumps in play. They've been magnificent in the field, backing up their bowlers. But there's just a lack of conviction. I don't think there's necessarily a theme to the dismissals. We've seen a few times people playing across the line, but I think it's a lack of conviction and cricket smarts.
Yeah, England, and that really derailed them, didn't it?
Yeah, it was a game like T20s where you don't really have time to then build a partnership for very long after it. You know, in 50-over cricket, you have that rebuild phase, but...
Good cricket all round, like the shot. And the fielding from Sarah Glenn. Had to time it just right, and she did. Beautifully parried back. And this is the contest. Looking forward. The way she's just picked it up, back of a length, and just helped it. Bit of bottom hand in there. I've got some shots in me as well, and again, she's picking the length. It's a perfect length to swing the arms. And if the connection is good enough, you're going to beat the infield. And as soon as you do, it's going to race away. Well, as well. Yes, it's in the arc. It's full of length. But the hands went so quickly through the ball, swatting it away. Almost like a golf swing, isn't it?
Yeah, she set herself up so nicely. Nice high backswing. Still, that's the main thing you see with that.
Hardly any foot movement, doesn't need.
With Lemonade Health, I can order.
Just get a little hand on this, did Sarah Glenn. Maybe a finger. We have 2 outside there at long on and deep mid wicket. So instead, I'm going to smash you straight over the top and mid off. No one's there. Commit to the shot. Sri Lankan contingent in the crowd, of which there are quite a few. Sanjawani just manoeuvred around, just kept
power and timing. There's not many in the world that hit it cleaner than Atupatu from the crease. It's all power. Stand and deliver. Yeah, again, just staying leg side of it. Just rocks onto the back foot. It's precision in front of point.
It's an arm ball from Charlie Dean from around the wicket. She's trying to cramp.
Yeah, it's almost like she's just picking her spot. Okay, there's no fielder here. I'm going to manipulate myself to the leg side at the crease. Just help it on its way. And England being asked lots of questions here and so far have no answers. Just dragging her length back slightly. And Atupatu got the elevation but didn't get the distance this time. Yeah, it's a lovely piece of bowling from Sarah Glenn. Just advances down the track and just didn't quite get under.
Prior to director, we have a review for LBW. The original decision is out. It is a fair delivery. Could we move to front on when ready? Right, the ball is passing close to the bat. I'd like to confirm with ultra edge. Stand by for ultra edge. Right, roll it through for me. Keep rolling. It's a flat line all the way to the pad. I'm satisfied there is no bat involved. Could we have ball tracking when ready? Original decision is out. Pitching outside off. Impact is in line and wickets are missing. I'm ready to go back to Sue on field. Sue, I'd like you to change your decision to not out. Stand by, you're on screen.
Well,
signal now.
Too much. You can understand why Sue Redfern gave.
Just dragged down from Danny Gibson. Width on offer, and it's well cut away behind backward point, and there's nothing Sarah Glenn can do about it in the deep.
Still building the ultra edge just to make sure that there was glove involved. Lewis, head coach of England, looking on.
Got it.
Here's ultra.
Right, roll that through for me. Keep rolling, keep rolling, keep rolling, keep rolling. It is a flat line. I am satisfied there is no bat involved. Can we move to ball tracking when ready?
Here it is.
Original decision is not out. It's pitching in line, impact is in line, and wickets are hitting. I'm going to go back to Sue on field. Sue, I'd like you to change your decision to out. You're on screen. Signal now.
Well, you can understand why that will take the pressure off Sri Lanka.
Just slightly short from Charlie Dean, and Hassini Pereira takes the opportunity to get off the mark with a beautiful cut shot.
I'm just going to make sure that there's nothing in contact with the rope as Freya Kemp was pulling it back in, but a well-timed dive and an excellent flick back. Job nicely done.
Right, as low as it is, she's under no pressure. I think Lydia Green, Sri Lanka, they look up and about. They have been from ball one in the field with the ball. There's a lot of smiley faces there in the dugout.
Ramesh Ratnayaka on the right-hand side, head coach.
Because there's a crowd of Sri Lankan fans behind the pod, and I didn't hear what you said. I thought you were on about Freya Kemp. Now, what this will mean for Sri Lanka, it's huge for women's cricket as well. You know, he's quick release from Maya Boucher, organises her feet. Oh, and she'd have been long gone.
And it's a night of jubilation and celebration for those in blue. The captain leading from the front. Before the game at Chelmsford, they had never beaten England in a T20 international. Fast forward 2 games, and it's the first series victory for Sri Lanka over England. The smiles tell you the story, and it is nothing more than they deserve. They have bowled beautifully. In games 2 and 3, England have not been able to cope with the spin attack that they hold, and yes, maybe without Nat Silverbrunt, maybe without Sophie Eccleston or Lauren Bell, but that should not take away from the quality of the Sri Lankan team, who have performed magnificently off the back of their captain, Chamari Atapattu. It's the first time England have lost to anyone other than Australia since 2010, when they lost to New Zealand. Back to the drawing board for them. Real come down after what was a fantastic Ashes series, but all credit has to go to Chamari Atapattu and to Ramesh Ratnayaka captain and coach, who have masterminded a 7-wicket win here at Derby.
Yeah, they've been hugely impressive. Sri Lanka, they came here tonight, they've created an intensity, they've stayed together, they've had presence and energy. And above all else, they've executed their skills masterfully. Led from the front by Chamari Atapatu. She's been instrumental both with the bat, ball, in the moment for Sri Lanka cricket. They've done it tough for a few years. A lot of these players have been together for a long time. The inclusion of some new, fresh faces, exciting players. But they've earned it. They've played incredibly well over this series. It makes it very interesting leading into that ODI series.
Yeah, it really does. And the high tens, the high fives, the hugs, and very much embracing each and every player.
Yeah, just huddling together. It's so important to just savour these moments.